in a person's mentality, we create roads, many, many roads, like a GPS. There are many roads in all our actions that we do in our life creates a road in our soul, actually. Now, if you have a person who never drank, never smoked marijuana, never did any of this stuff, so now he's going through life, he just got married, he's very happy, but a year down, he just lost his job, his wife's screaming at him, he's in the last place in his league, in his ball, everything in his life is going wrong. So we automatically, subconsciously, go to what we call our escape road, our road to escape. As kids, we grow up, we develop, places to go in our brain when people are screaming at us, when we're having a bad day. So, let's say you have a guy who never smoked a joint, never did a drug. So in his mentality, there is no such road called drugs. So when he needs to escape from his depression or whatever the pressure that he's going through, there's no such road. He never did a drug. So he doesn't know that it can make him escape. He doesn't know what it feels like. So the way he used to escape, whatever that road is, that's where he's going to go. It could be chocolate. It could be exercising. It could be going to a movie. It could be a million different things. Whatever he created as an escape route, that's there. Now, you have this guy who just smoked a little bit marijuana when he was a kid with his friends, a little peer pressure, and he hasn't done it for 5 years. He kicked the habit, right? And now life's not so good, and he's under a lot of pressure, and he's sitting in his office, and there's a few his friends that smoke up, and he knows that he could get a joint. Now what happens is he has what we call the road closed. In other words, he stopped, he kicked it. He doesn't gamble, he doesn't drink, he kicked it. So what did he do? He took his escape road that used to say marijuana or drugs, and he put up a thing that says, do not cross, roadblock, those orange things, have a good day, right? So we all know that anytime you come to that roadblock, if you happen to leave on the block, on that block where they closed it up, what do? You get out of your car, you move them, right? You pull in, you pull them back, and you go into your driveway. So when he's under that kind of pressure, he goes to that escape road. There is such a road. Now the road says, do not enter, because I've been there before and it's not a good place, and it has these things on it, but it's just one more time. It's not going to really change my life. Right now, I remember, it's even subconscious. My brain remembers that when I was under pressure as a youngster, I smoked up. So my brain is looking for that place. So it's much easier to go back to that road because it exists. If the road doesn't exist, you can't go there. So a person who drinks on Shabbos definitely will end up drinking during the week if he's going through a situation. There is no such thing. And a person who gambles, if he's losing it there and he has a chance to gamble on something else, he'll gamble on something else. And that is why 90% of drug addicts, or any addict, who goes to rehab, 90% relapse. That's a crazy number. People pay $26,000 a month, $40,000 a month. So I said, why are we sending them there? Why are we sending them there? And the answer is, success is amount of time between relapses. So they spent $30,000, and then he relapsed in 30 days. And then they spent another $30,000, but this time he went for 90 days. And then they spent another $30,000, this time he went for 180 days. And they're trying to get him to a point where there's such a long stretch. The problem with it is that the road exists. And once that road exists, it's there forever. And even if you close it, as much as you close it, it's a place that you will go back to. Now, you may get back there and say, right? But if you don't have the road, you never did. That's what's called Avera Geras Avera in the Mishnah.
Same as the Tshuva, that they have the title for their Avera.
Absolutely. That's why where they stand, a regular person can't stand, because he never tasted a lobster. So this guy, but the Rambam says that a person who does a real tshuva, and he goes and he admits what he did wrong, and he faces what he did wrong, and he feels bad about what he does wrong, and who does a real tshuva, according to the Zohar, he's called a Beria Chadasha. Beria Chadasha means a new creation, and according to the Rambam, you're really supposed to change your name. We don't paskin like that, but that's how much tshuva can do. We're going into Ella. That's how much tshuva can do. But psychologically, there's no question, and that's why I tell kids, don't take the first joint. So once you taste that thing, It's going to be in your head all your life. Yes, you may have big roadblocks. If you don't have the road, that's why people who went through the Holocaust, like my mother-in-law, is always saying Tehillim. Why? Because when they were going through the Holocaust, what was their escape? Right? Where did they go? What did they do? They weren't smoking up. They weren't drinking. They said Tehillim. Everybody said Tehillim. So today, when she's worried about her kids, and she's worried about her grandkids, and she's worried about this, and she's worried about that, where does she go? To a cigarette? No. Drinking? No. To chocolate? No. She goes to what her brain, as a young person, when she was going through problems, where it used to go. It used to go to Tehillim. So now that's where it's going. It's going to Tehillim. So you create your escape routes. And the more stuff you do once, then you create this escape route. And the more you do it, the bigger the highway. In other words, you do it once, it's a small little path to get out. You do it, all of a sudden you have a 6-lane highway. And it's like very hard to close a 6-lane highway.